guys, what's going on? It's Nick from DesignsAcademy, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a bit of a buying guide for graphics tablets. Now, whether it is something you're going to be using to make digital art inside of Photoshop or Illustrator or modeling in Cinema, or if you're going to be wanting to edit photography in some of those editing programs, this is going to be a quick guide kind of explaining some key features you guys should be looking for when you're buying either your first graphics tablet or you're looking to upgrade and you want to learn a bit more about the tablets and some of their features. This is going to be the guide for you. I've got 5 main points here that I'm going to hit during the video, so I will leave in the description points to where you can skip to each of these features if it's something else you want to know about. I'm not going to speak super in-depth about these, just kind of give you guys a quick overview so you can make at least a bit of an informed decision when you're deciding to buy a graphics tablet. The first item I'm going to hit on the list, guys, is pressure and sensitivity. Now, graphics tablets these days range all the way from the low hundreds to up to some of Wacom's tablets have 2500 sensitivity. And basically what sensitivity on a tablet is if you're drawing with a ballpoint pen, you may have 4 levels of sensitivity or pressure that you can apply to a paper to get a mark. So I'll use ballpoint pens. You can draw lighter, you can draw darker. The harder you press, the darker the line, the lighter you press, the lighter the line. The same applies to graphics tablets, just on a bit of a grander scale. So a good launching point for the pressure of a tablet is around 1024. That's kind of a standard for Wacom, and anything around here and above is going to be definitely an adequate sensitivity for your tablet to have. Now, when it comes to this is definitely something that is going to be very codependent on your budget. So if you're spending a lower amount of money, this is something you're still going to achieve. You're going to be around that 1024 range. But if you do have a bit more money to spend and you're looking to buy a nicer tablet, you can achieve those higher pressure sensitivities and get nicer line work as a result of it. Now, size. Size for a graphics tablet is really dependent on the area you're going to be using it in, what kind of setting you're going to be using it in, where you're going to store it, if you need to travel with it, and also what you're going to be using it for. So first of all, you need to figure out where am I going to keep it, what kind of space do I have on my desk or my workstation to put this thing. Obviously I have I think a 17-inch tablet, so I do have a large storage area on my desk for it. But obviously if I don't have enough space on my desk for something like that, I'm going to want to go with something smaller, like an Intuos or something like that, some of the smaller Wacom tablets. You want to fit something that's going to work well with what you're working in. Now also, this could be dependent on what you're doing with the tablet. If you're doing photo editing and you're zooming in and out a lot, a smaller tablet's going to work just fine for you. That's not to say that a smaller tablet won't work for doing digital art, or doing line work or anything like that, or painting. It's just that if you want to not have to zoom in and out as much when you're working on these things and still get that crisp resolution and have the all available pressure sensitivity that you need, you may want to go with something a little bit bigger if your budget allows for it. Now also, you're going to have to decide, are you going to be traveling with this thing? That's going to be another size factor that you're going to have to determine. If it's going to be something that I'm going to be taking with me, that I'm going to be using with, let's say, a laptop when I travel to create graphic design, then you're definitely going to want to go with something smaller as opposed to, something larger like what I have. Just one of those things that you need to consider when you're deciding what size to use. Now, a quick disclaimer on size. Do not be stirred off by a smaller graphics tablet, because at first you may think, the bigger the better, but that's not always true. Even if the sensitivities are still the same, some people think it would be harder to work on a smaller tablet, which is what I thought, is why I bought a bigger one. Now, the big one works for me, but the smaller tablets are in no way inferior to the larger tablets, especially if they're working with the same sensitivity and features as the larger tablets. All just comes down to personal preference, and I think for learning, a small tablet is going to work just fine. The next item on our list is the drivers. Now, with computer components in general, drivers can be a huge hassle. For instance, something like Razer peripherals for your computer, like a keyboard, desk stalkers, what I have, or a mouse like a Razer Death Adder or a Naga. Razer, obviously a larger scale company, they've got very nice drivers, they install quick, they work all the time, and that is definitely something very convenient for you when you need to get your products to work correctly. Now when it comes to tablets, Wacom is definitely the leader for drivers. They write their own drivers, and that means that they work. Off-brand tablets that you buy off of Amazon that are made in China that use basically all the same drivers don't always work. And if you lose, let's say, a lot of tablets will come with an installation CD for the drivers. If you were to lose that CD, sometimes you can be in a bit of a difficult boat. If you need to find those drivers again on the internet, it can be very difficult because some of these off-brand tablets have so many different serial names and different names for them, and they've been rebranded by multiple different companies, so sometimes it can be impossible to find the same drivers. So if you can find a tablet within your price range from Wacom or a higher scale company, definitely would recommend that as far as drivers go, because you're just going to have a lot of an easier time installing your drivers, keeping your drivers, getting your tablet to work correctly whenever you want it. And altogether it's just going to be a lot smoother experience for you setting up and using your tablet. The fourth item on our list is features. Now as far as features go, I'm going to be talking about a couple things: multi-touch sensitivity, hotkeys, different pen stands, stuff like that, different pens. Tablets are really going to vary on this. This one is very codependent on price. Same thing as size. If you're buying a cheaper tablet, you're not always going to get all of these features. For example, Wacom has a set of tablets called the Intuos that can range from $300 all the way down to around $70 or $80. And the $70 and $80 pens are not going to enable you to have multi-touch, which is basically the ability to use your fingers on the tablet to zoom in and out, use other gesture motions to create shortcuts in your programs. Now, do I think this is necessary? Not at all. It's nice if you can afford it. If your tablet that you want that's in your price range happens to have these features, definitely very helpful, something you can utilize in your work. But if you are working on a bit of a tighter budget and you have to go with something without these types of features, it is definitely no big deal. Definitely one of the helpful features that I like that my tablet has is hotkeys on the tablet. Now I may not use them all the time because I have been using Photoshop for a number of years now, so I know all of the keyboard shortcuts and I can do them without thinking about them. If you're starting off kind of new into programs like Art Rage, Photoshop, Illustrator, programs of that nature, and you're doing work, it's not going to be super difficult for you to learn with your tablet, which is definitely something, if it has hotkeys, I would recommend you use. Definitely very helpful just to use your pen on your same tablet and click the hotkeys rather than having to find the keys on the keyboard if you don't know them by heart already. Another key feature for graphics tablets is going to be whether or not your pen requires batteries. It seems strange, but having to change out your batteries every couple of months, if your pen, a lot of them will take AAA batteries, can be a large pain. Now the Intuos pens, the ones that come shipped with your tablets, will not need batteries, I do not believe. It's going to keep the weight of the pen down. You're never going to have to worry about changing out the batteries on your pen, which is very helpful. One day I actually thought my tablet was broken because the batteries in my pen were dead, and I just completely spaced that this tablet had batteries in the pen. So not having batteries in your pen is definitely something that is very helpful, and it's just relieving one more thing that you need to worry about in the upkeep of your tablet. Another thing with features is depending on what your tablet is going to come with. Is it going to come with that pen? Are you going to be able to buy a pen in your price range if you need to buy one? Is it going to come with a glove? Is it going to come with, a case? Is it going to come with a long enough charger for what you need? All of these things, you're going to want to look into the specifications of your certain tablet and the manufacturer that you're buying it from, so you can figure out if it has the features that you need. Some of these are luxuries, but then again, some of them are definitely things required. The last item on our list is price. Now this is sort of the final decider for what graphics tablets a lot of people are going to end up buying. Can I afford this? Can I get the features that I need in a tablet in the right size? All of the different things that you want from a tablet or that you need, are you going to be able to afford in the price range? One thing I would definitely advise to you is, let's say I have a tablet that's $150 and I only have $100. and it would be possible for me to say save another month and make that an extra $50 and get that better tablet up that has the features that I need. Maybe the $100 tablet is missing one thing that you really need, but you decide to buy it anyway. I would definitely recommend waiting that extra amount of time to save up your money and buy the better tablet, because in the end you're gonna have a much better experience with the tablets. If you buy a crappy tablet and you don't have a good experience with it, you might be turned off from it for forever, and you might not get to experience some good things you may have experienced if you bought the right tablet for you. So price is definitely something to consider, but you don't want to let it limit you to what you need to get. There's lots of great price tablets. I would definitely recommend the Intuos tablets. Great tablets, solid, they're nice. They come from Wacom, so the drivers are going to be excellent. Great pressure sensitivity, the pens are awesome. All around great starter tablets. And then you have things up in the higher end price range. The Intuos is going to be going from around $300 to $70. The higher end tablets that have an actual screen on the tablet, which is something you want to use for really in-depth line work, color work, things of that nature, those can run into the thousands of dollars, $2,000 to $3,000 for a Cintiq, and even more for the very large Cintiqs. So price is really just that final factor in deciding which tablet you're going to buy. Sacrificing maybe features that you don't necessarily need to save a lot of money. Multi-touch is something that I know for the Intuos you can save about $30 or $40 in the Intuos if you don't get the multi-touch. For many people that is definitely not a necessity at all, so if you want to save a little bit of money, that's definitely somewhere you could, but definitely just take into consideration what you're going to be getting for the price that you're paying. People don't realize the things that you can lose just from the quality standpoint, so definitely do not skimp out on the price if it's just a little bump up from what you're going to be buying. Alright guys, for the last segment of this video, I'm going to be showing you guys my recommendation for the best beginner tablet that you can buy, in my opinion, for the dollar amount that you're going to be spending. Now, while also being in a very affordable range, these tablets are solid. They're going to continue to work, and you could use these for professional level work, but you're going to be spending a minimal amount of money. And definitely something that until you have enough money to upgrade, or maybe if you never even want to upgrade from this, you can continue to use these for your work. So what I've got here is the Wacom Intuos. Now the reason I picked these tablets is A, the build quality. They are amazing tablets. I've been using these for a long time. Awesome. The surface is amazing. These pens are great, and obviously the price you can see here, the Intuos Straw Small White is $70, which may seem a lot depending on your situation, your financial situation, your age, things of that matter, but really you cannot beat this price for a high quality graphics tablet. Wacom is definitely a trusted brand. You know that their product is going to be solid, it's going to last, it's going to work great. They write their own drivers like I mentioned earlier, so that means that they're going to work. You're going to be able to plug this in, download the drivers, and it's going to work whenever you want it to. Now, on the lower end, we have this Intuos Straw Small White Blue, and these are coming in at the $70 range. Now, these are fairly small tablets. Let's see if we can get an exact number. 6 by 3.5 inches. So, not a super huge area, fairly small, but definitely workable if you are learning to use the tablet. You're going to have to do a little bit of zooming, obviously. This is a fairly small area, but it's got 4 hotkeys. It's got a very nice Wacom pen. Build quality is solid, and definitely something that's going to last you a while if you just need to use this for a long stint of time. Now, that being the lowest end of the Intuos, you can go up here to the $200 price range, which again, very affordable. If you want to get one of these for your birthday or Christmas, definitely $200 is in a very obtainable range of things that you could save on money for from multiple family members, or if you have a summer job or something, definitely something you can save up for, and really not codependent on your age being too high at all. If you're younger and you want to get into graphic design, I honestly do not think that $200 is a super unobtainable amount, especially if you have a computer that you think is good enough to run graphic design programs. So we'll compare the difference between these $70 Intuos and the $200 Intuos, the highest and the lowest end. So for the $200, you're gonna first of all get a much larger space. This one's in millimeters, so I will put the conversion into inches on the screen right now, but we compare these two right now, and obviously much bigger area. Let's see, I think that's around double the area, the working space on the tablet. So this is going to give you a nice, fairly decent workspace. Same tablet essentially. Besides that, the $200 does come with multi-touch, which is nice. They're both going to have more than adequate pressure levels, 1024, and this one should be the same, 1024. The resolution is 2540 LPI. That's more than enough. The 130 pixels per second reading speed is going to be just fine. They both come with the Intuos pen, which personally I really like. I think it works well in the hand. It is a decent weight, and I think it's very comfortable to use. Other than that, they come with 5 nibs. It's going to come with a battery because these new tablets do not have cords, they have batteries, which can be good and bad. It increases the portability a little bit, but you're going to have to charge it, but it does come with a charger and all of that, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. And it's going to come with 5 extra nibs for the end of the pen. So if we go in here, I can't zoom out on the picture, but the bottom of the pen is going to have this little nib. Now, depending on how much you work, these are going to wear down. It's a softer plastic so that it doesn't scratch the surface of the tablet as much, and they will eventually get rounded and flattened down, and they will wear out. But it includes 5, which honestly should last you a very long time, even if you're drawing every day. These are going to be very slimly changed out ever. You should be fine. But yeah, guys, these are the two kind of lower end. I don't want to say lower end, they're nice tablets. Definitely something I would recommend you use, but these are something that on a decent sized budget you can definitely afford. There is things in between these $70 and $200 ones. There's ones that are a size up from the Draw for $100. There's the Manga, which has a different pen. It's a nice tablet as well. You can buy a better stylus for them, which isn't really super necessary, but definitely something if you are interested in. If maybe you use this new stylus and you like it, you could definitely buy that. But these are kind of Wacom's introductory level tablets. Definitely very usable, nice tablets. Now, in another tab, I have the most expensive tablet that Wacom has to offer. Super nice tablet. I've used this Cintiq a couple times in my life, and it is an amazing experience. It is something completely different from drawing on a graphic tablet like this and having a projection on your screen, rather than just drawing right onto the screen. So the Cintiq 27 QHD Touch is basically their premier tablet. This is for very professional level work, obviously with a price tag of almost $3,000. This is going to be something that if you're a professional graphic designer, you do this for a living, and you are also not even just doing this for a living, but you're making very good money doing it, and you need to upgrade your work to the highest level possible, this is definitely the graphics tablet that you're going to be looking at. I just want to show you guys this to give you an example of basically the highest level screen tablet that you could buy. These things are amazing. Drawing on the screen really does. If you can afford it to get a screen tablet, I would definitely recommend it, because while some people think that getting used to drawing and having it translate on the screen is going to be super difficult, it's not that hard. I said spend a couple hours with it and you probably get used to it. This is definitely very helpful, especially if you're used to a pen and paper sort of medium. But these Cintiqs do come in a variety of prices. This 13-inch HD is $800. Still very nice screen, high resolution, high sensitivity. It's going to be, very nice tablet. It's from Wacom, so you can trust their quality. It's got hotkeys. but this is kind of the medium range sort of screen you're looking at. So definitely this is something you're going to be looking into if you're getting serious about this line of work, you're making money off of it possibly, or you're doing it as a very extensive hobby. Now, there are options to buy screen tablets for cheaper. You just do have to be careful about doing research on your tablets that you're going to be buying to make sure that they're from a reputable source and they've got good reviews from other people. Of course, the internet is a great place to find reviews on all sorts of items. YouTube videos, Amazon reviews, different website articles are going to give you great reviews of people experiencing these products. So I definitely recommend checking those out depending on what product you're going to buy. Now, the last thing I wanted to kind of touch with you guys on is the programs you're going to be using for these systems. So, if we go to Adobe Creative Cloud, this is going to be kind of the base program you're going to be using. Adobe Creative Cloud, Adobe specifically, are the makers of Photoshop. So, if we go in here, click on Photoshop, this is going to be the main product you're going to be using your tablet with. So this is something that kind of ties back into the price. You want to make sure that you're going to be able to afford the programs that you need to properly use your tablets. Because if you're using something like GIMP or any other free editors, for the most part there is definitely some that you could use with tablets and get great results with. For the most part, you're going to want to factor this into your price. Now, Photoshop does do a monthly basis. It's $20 a month for Photoshop, which, if you're serious about this art, is definitely not a high price at all. You can do plans. You could do there's a plan to get all of the Creative Cloud programs for a little bit more, but it's cheaper if you buy that than like more than one program. But just wanted to just tell you guys to make sure that you factor in the price of your programs as well when you're deciding on a tablet to buy. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know it was a bit of a long video, but I figured I would give you guys basically my personal rundown on the tablets and the information that I think you need to make an informed decision on buying a graphics tablet. Hope this video helped you guys out a bit if you are looking into something like this. I know I make a lot of tutorials using tablets, and people are always asking me, you know, what's the best entry-level tablet to buy? What tablet should I buy for this amount of money? You know, what should I do if I need this feature? So I figured I would make this video for you guys, talking you through certain steps that you need to look into before you make a final decision on what tablet you're going to buy. As always guys, if you have any suggestions for tutorials for next week, leave them down below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to DesignsAcademy for new tutorials every week from the new member coming soon. Update coming very, very soon to the channel. Look forward to that, guys. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. It's been Nick from DesignsAcademy. Peace.